Welcome to another daily roundup of Russian Telegram chatter. Your like and subscribe to my channel would really be appreciated. Subscription is free and it only takes a moment of your time. I monitor and translate Russian Telegram chat channels as a general mood check, so you don't have to. Remember, please do your own research and be wary of propaganda and disinformation, which occurs frequently in Russian chat, especially when there is bad news for Russians concerning the country's illegal and genocidal war in Ukraine. The images used in the video are for illustration purposes only. They do not necessarily represent the issues or translations. And finally, please note, the chat is unverified and I do not endorse the views expressed. Right? Let's get on with it. On Telegram today, Trump voters in Moscow. Results are in. Harris may lose to Trump because residents of Arbat and Yakimanka voted for him. Kamala secured the support of Muscovites from Kamovniki and the Basmany district of the capital. In total, Muscovites are more inclined to vote for Trump. He is the Viktor Orban of the US, our sort of manipulator. Kanye West will come to Russia in November and hold a concert in St. Petersburg, Baza writes. The rapper will perform at Gazprom Arena, and tickets for the event may go on sale as early as next week. In Afghanistan, it is now forbidden to broadcast images of people and animals on TV channels. That excludes the Taliban then. Dry run for Project 2025 in the US. Female employees of a cultural institution in the Moscow region were forced to fill out a questionnaire with questions about menstruation and plans for children. The 3-page questionnaire contains sections on sexual life, illnesses, vaccinations, and reproductive attitudes. The women were asked when they began their sexual life, whether they used contraceptives, whether they had abortions, and whether they planned to become pregnant in the next year. Some employees refused to answer, putting dashes, but now they are being forced to undergo a survey with doctors in person. Ireland faces a too much money problem even though they don't support Ukraine financially or militarily. The European Court of Justice ruled that Apple exploited tax loopholes in Ireland and ordered the company to pay 14 billion euros. Irish officials now forecast a budget surplus of 7.5% of national income this year and 2.9% in 2025. Meanwhile, Ireland's economy is growing, with gross national income expected to rise by 4.9% this year and 2.7% in 2025. Paddy, come to Russia. This deficit is normal. The government has proposed to classify all information about the authorities when martial law is introduced. The government submitted a bill to the State Duma on Friday evening, which will allow government bodies to limit the disclosure of information about their activities in the event of martial law. The authors of the initiative did not specify what data would be classified. However, lawyers believe that the authorities will be able to refuse to provide any information. For example, the authorities may refuse to provide information about detainees, court hearings, and court decisions, and stop responding to lawyers' requests. Since October 2022, martial law has been introduced in the DPR and LPR, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions. A fair settlement of the Ukrainian conflict must be achieved on the condition that Ukraine's territorial integrity is preserved, Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan said in an interview with the Hurriyet newspaper. Polling stations have opened in Moldova for the second round of presidential elections. We have work to do. We know who they are. Today at 7 o'clock local time, which is 8 o'clock Moscow time, more than 2,200 polling stations opened in the country, with another 231 operating abroad. Voting will last until 9 o'clock local time, 10 o'clock Moscow time. Speaking at another vodka breakfast, The world order based on Western rules will soon collapse, Medvedev stated. Russia has taken second place in the world in terms of the real key rate after its sharp increase to 21%, according to calculations by Trading Economics. With such a key rate and annual inflation of 8.6%, the real rate in the country reached 11.4%. As a result, Russia left behind Mozambique, Liberia, Pakistan, Zimbabwe, Argentina, Turkey, and other countries, and is second only to Venezuela, where the real rate is 26.6%, with a key rate of 59.3% and inflation of 25.75%. At the last meeting, the Central Bank of Russia did not rule out that in December it could raise the rate to 23% per annum, and in 2025 to 25%. Businessman and crime boss Kim.com has predicted that Ukraine's illegitimate president will soon leave the country. It's over. Zelensky will soon leave Ukraine.com wrote, commenting on a New York Times article about the Russian army advancing on the battlefield, contrary to Western analysts' assessments. He said similar in March 2022, December 2022, April 2023, May 2023, July 2023, December 2023, January 2024, July 2024, and again in November 2024. Master of repeat prophecies.